Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll take a look at another game in Armies of Exigo, and this time it will be a matchup between me and Azuna that we played on Darkside Forest. So let's unpause it. I played with a Fallen this time in the bottom left corner of the map, actually with purple color. Looks like Azuna stole my green, so he's actually here with the green color, and the Beast Race in the bottom right corner of the map. So yeah, you probably haven't seen too many games with Azuna here yet on my channel because he doesn't play that often, I would say. He always has like those sessions where he plays a lot for like a week or something, just a few days. Basically every day for like many games, and then he just leaves for like a month or two. So we'll see when he finally comes back again, but right now when I'm recording this, he's definitely not active at the moment. But when we played this, he definitely was willing to at least play a few games with me, so this is one that we will review today. It's on Darkside Forest, so pretty small map. Overall, can be kinda difficult sometimes against Beast, who is of course happy about small maps because it's really immobile race, really slow, so if the map is small, it's of course advantages. And if you, for example, watched the last 1v1 tournament, where I played with Subak here, fallen against Beast, he pretty quickly killed me with just a timing push of goblins, which was 1 against 1 base. So we'll see if I will manage to make an expansion here, or if I will go for some strategy that will allow me to win this. But for now we go for a pretty basic opener. So 6 harvesters into summoner into incubator. Now we make a harvester for gems, then we bring 1 harvester to wood, and then make a second harvester for gems. Then of course a summoner, and then the last harvester for gold. In the meantime we are producing stingers. Once we finish incubator we go for double spitters, and we transfer into a spitter timing push basically, or just early pressure, let's say. Well, of course still having some stingers in the early game to scout and harass a little bit. Population is of course still balanced at this stage of the game. As I said, first harvester 2 gems, so 1 from gold is coming to wood. Stinger already in the enemy base, and as you can see, Azuna is not making a front base as most people do, and he kinda often plays like this actually, while basically making a really closed base like this. It is not terrible, but at the same time it allows me to easily enter here, so that's not a problem. He's already getting his goblin hut. We don't see a totem there. That's one mistake I kinda see often there, from basically many returning or new players. Really neglecting making towers, and even though I said in some videos that you don't need to make a tower as Beast in the early game, I think on this map I would actually make it, and at the same time I wouldn't build a base like this probably. I mean, it doesn't have to be bad, you can still utilize the buildings and at least we have more space to fight, but overall I would still probably close it here, add 1 totem there, and then mess the goblins. Of course, there's no map control now, 0 information about what's happening, so I could be making an expansion. At the same time, he could just accumulate 8 more goblins in like 2 minutes and time push me pretty easily, so I would really need to have some towers prepared there and ideally get some value from the expansion quickly enough before he can push me with a troll. But here we go for a nice push. Stingers on the goblins, of course, I mean on the barons, while the spitters are dealing some damage to the warriors. Unfortunately, he had definitely stronger army, so I didn't even manage to kill the goblin there. At least we killed 1 warrior, but it costed me like 4 stingers or something. Yeah. All of my stingers there except this 1 scout on 5 HP. So now we are fully transferring to spitters. I'm also getting soul trap actually here. Not sure what was that for. I think I was trying to unlock Venom upgrade. Or maybe I was preparing for some other units, but I don't think so. I think I wanted to just continue pushing with spitters. But if I didn't build this, and I cancelled 1 spitter now, I could have made an expansion already. And I can easily keep him back with few spitters. Of course, he's way stronger army once again, but I'm faster, so if I keep poking him like this, so I just do some damage to him, some weird textures there. I just do some damage to him, pull back when he turns around, and then once again when he also starts retreating, then I start hitting him again, because we are just faster, so it's not that big of a problem, and we also have a little bit better range, I think. He's getting his first witch, which is a big power spike for the timing push of Beast, because he can bloodlust his whole army for lots of extra damage, which is extremely valuable when you have splash damage, like the goblins have. And also there is the speed boost, that basically the witch can spam all the time on one unit to increase the attack speed even more. Which is especially powerful, of course, if units like trolls or ogres, but of course even for goblins it can be really decent. And he's getting another witch. He has 2 arenas, not really getting bestiary or anything. So he's pretty confident I don't have towers, I guess. Here I try to... But once again, yeah, I deal some damage to him, kill the warrior. We take some damage, but we don't really care because we have fallen, we can heal on unholy ground. For beast to heal, he needs to sacrifice barons or pay for it in stronghold. It's just not free, so even though my healing is pretty slow, I can always get it for free. So if I have towers to fall back on, or I am confident enough to kill him if he follows me, because once again I will have some advantage on the unholy ground, we can definitely do it like that. But yeah, now we are kinda in danger, of course. He has a really strong army. This is really difficult to defeat if you don't have any advanced units like Avengers, Voidwalkers, Stalkers, or at least Matriarchs with Nightmares. But since I have only some Spitters and Stingers here, it will be really difficult. So my strategy here was to bring Stingers here. Ideally he would come from here and I would surround him from 2 sides. Unfortunately, that didn't really happen and he actually came from here. So he will find my Stingers. And even though I reacted, of course, really quickly, I still... Actually didn't lose any units, but we lost some HP there, which is, of course, a bit of a problem. Because I can't heal the Stingers now when they are not in my base and I have to keep them outside because I need the surround. I'm trying to introduce some Nightmares there, at least for some shields, and also I'm getting first Matriarch and Curse Tree and also second Vengeance Hall. I'm trying to get Curse Trees because they are really strong, especially against goblins without barons. Because they have splash damage and they have low HP. I mean, trees have splash damage, goblins as well, but now I'm talking mainly about the trees and goblins have low HP. So yeah, unfortunately the Stingers died basically immediately and now I don't really have the damage anymore to kill these high HP goblin riders. So now he's pushing me back and this basically seems like we already lost. He's 10 population ahead, he has a really strong timing push here. But of course we are fallen and we have a fallen base. So what we will do here is to bring our harvesters out. I don't have unholy ground everywhere, but I'm trying to at least utilize it here a little bit. And we are not gathering resources now, so we just have to win this fight now. Unfortunately, I was waiting there with the harvesters for a second. A little too long. But I'm trying to split my units here on this side, bring the harvesters there, produce some more units, and we have an insane surround from like literally 4 sides on his army. So even though he has way stronger army in a close corridor, he would always kill me. Thanks to the surround, we are kinda able to slowly kill the units one by one, and as you can see, eventually we actually managed to destroy his whole army. We are still behind on population, we weren't gathering for a long time, so we lost lots of economy. At the same time, I think we lost only 1 harvester, so I just need to reproduce 1 new harvester, and we can quickly start reproducing our units. And in the meantime, I'll of course get the Curse Tree upgrade. I'm getting 2 more Matriarchs, so we will have 3 in total. And we can start producing other units as well. He started this expansion now, which I think is a huge mistake, because he just saw that I repelled this, and I mean, of course, overall it's kinda difficult to decide here. That's the decision making that usually decides the games, if you lose them or win. So it's just about practice and trying to predict the moves. But of course he could try to push again, of course. Yeah, he didn't see any towers. He had lots of advantage now in economy because he was gathering all the time, and he actually has way more than 10 villagers here, so he's getting like definitely full value from this base. And I wasn't gathering for like maybe a minute or even more, maybe a minute and a half. So he definitely has a small economical advantage, but he didn't really utilize it. His tech is also a little bit behind. He has 0 upgrades for his units. He didn't make any buildings after Dark Altar, but I just think this expansion is extremely risky. Luckily for him, my Stinger was too far away, so I didn't see this. Because he was literally far away, he would need 3 minions here to use this gem swine fully, efficiently. But, of course, I will quickly scout this anyways. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit on my base when I know that I'm on 1 base. I didn't know if he's already on 2. He could have 1 base here, of course, or as you can see, I don't even see it here. So I just knew that I have to go for a push, which is what I'm going for. I didn't want to go here because he could surround me. But we will still check. We see his army, we immediately pull back hopefully. Okay, this was really poorly played from me. I will actually lose a matriarch there for nothing. but immediately 2 cursed trees, and as you can see, it's just killing the goblins so quickly. Extremely powerful ability against goblins. And I also have shields, so he is killing me slowly, and we just gain so much value here, basically getting 10 population ahead. And here I found him finally with a stinger, even killed the minion, even though I had only 5 HP, just wasn't fighting back. And this was also a mistake from him. If he wanted to take the expansion here, he should have made first a totem, or just bring 2 villagers at once and build both totem and stronghold at the same time. And that would be already the totem, of course, since he already finished the stronghold as well. Totem is much faster to finish. So that will be a totem, and it will be much harder for me to actually fight there. If you would have another one at home, his army in between, I wouldn't be able to push it, or at least not that easily. But of course now it's not that big of a problem for me anymore. I spawn more trees, I have so many spitters and nightmares, even bringing some stingers, even though those are kinda useless. I just wanted to use extra gold because, as you can see, I have 0 gems because matriarchs are so expensive on gems. But yeah, eventually Azuna calls it GG, and even though at one moment we are almost dead, eventually we managed to turn it around and win this within 14 minutes and 50 seconds. So yeah, in total 59 kills for us, 26 for Azuna. His army produced basically everything in his favor, but we had way more experience, really good kills there. Just based on micro, this worked really good for us. Research is also free. Also, by the way, if I would have a tower, I would be totally safe, because he wouldn't be able to push me since he didn't go for trolls. It was my mistake there that I didn't have a tower and basically let him enter my base for free. Also, the fact that he found my stingers a little bit earlier wasn't ideal. And overall, yeah, but even if he would destroy the tower eventually, it will buy me a little bit more time to get the matriarchs there, and overall just probably not even have to use my villagers to defeat him, which would make it much easier. But yeah, I was also greedy here, didn't make a tower. Felt too confident that I can keep him on his side of the map, and it didn't pay off too much, but eventually we still won, so it's not that big of a problem. We had more researches, so that's good. Building's kinda balanced, he had that one expansion, so that's that one extra building. And yeah, resources, you can see it here, he was gathering only in that one base, the second one didn't get any value yet, but he still had like 2k more gold, so this is all the resources I lost there because of the enemy push. We also had way more, way less wood spent, but it isn't really important, but we spent more gems even though we gathered more, so we just had those more advanced units. Outside of that, he was definitely messing all the goblins there pretty heavily with 8,325 gold. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, something a little bit different I think, and I will see you in the next one, so take care guys.